I guess the mic was off. Sorry about that. I must have bumped it. Anyways, I guess I just said all that, and there was no mic. So we're at the big Butler Fair in Prospect, Pennsylvania, with the Western Pennsylvania tractor and truck pullers. We're in antique tractor pull this morning. We're up to 6,500 pier stock. I think I must have accidentally turned off the mic somehow. I don't know. It is on the side of the screen. Maybe when I put it on there, it might have bumped it.
This is for Dan Lang, 50.87, 50.87.
So I'm not quite sure what class we go up to. I think it's at least 7,500. Not sure if there's an 8,500 weight. And make sure you like and subscribe. Making Pulling Memories on YouTube, Facebook. If you haven't, TikTok and Clapper. I post at least shorts on all of them. Facebook, I'll do photos, like the pit photos this morning. I have a short video I took of the Max sled and how they put it on the pan. Pretty interesting video to watch. It's about a minute long. Definitely recommend watching it. It's like air hydraulics lifts up the sled portion and they drive it over the pan and drop it right down. Definitely worth watching that. Posted it as some shorts on, actually I think TikTok and Facebook are doing the best on the shorts for that video. So we're currently on the 6,500 pier stock. probably get an hour or two of pulling left, I think. I'm not real sure. I know they want to get it done before too late, because later this evening, 6 o'clock, they're going to have another pull. It will have super stock 4x4 trucks, light tough farm tractors, and 3.6 semis. If you're in the area, you definitely want to come out by 6 o'clock. And they're going to have fireworks after that. I will not have a live for that. Probably wouldn't even have the service anyways, but that's okay. But I will definitely have a YouTube video made up for it later on in the week, and some short videos. I won't be staying here for the fireworks anyways. I gotta get up fairly early because I am going down to West Virginia tomorrow morning at the State Farm Museum. They will have an antique bracket pull. They're gonna finish from June, and a club pull. I will stay for a while with that. I don't know how long yet. I do plan on going to Caldwell, Noble County Summer Pull tomorrow night for Southeast Ohio. Try to be there. I think that starts at 6 p.m. The West Virginia starts about 11, I think, unless they moved it up at all. I don't know. They're just gonna finish up the bracket pull, I guess, right in the middle of the other pull, so it doesn't mess up with the weight. I think there's like 8 to 10 hooks left of that. When we were there earlier in June, a downpour happened. Just out of the blue. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. It will give you notifications, I believe, of when I am live, and also when I post like a video of an event. So you definitely want to be subscribed to the channel, that's for sure. It will definitely give you a lot of those notifications. And if you enjoy antique stock kind of pulling, brush pulling, I try to attend a lot of them. So if you enjoy that, my channel will provide quite a bit of it for you throughout the year. I mean, I will attend some other shows, but I do attend a lot of antique and stock. If anything's truly stock anymore. There's quite a bit today, that is. Thank you, Rudy, for subscribing. And I'll try to make it out to, this club a couple times throughout the year. This sled's pretty neat, the Max pull-on sled. Took a video of it earlier today of it, how they put it on. How they put it on the pan. It's pretty interesting. I never witnessed how they did it before, and I always got a question because they have a lot of bars on the pan. Like, the tires will just go right in them, but they lift it up. It's like hydraulics. They lift up the very front of the truck and they drive it right on over it and just kind of drop it right on the pan. Very interesting. You definitely want to watch it. Well, welcome from Switzerland. Can't say I've had anybody watch it from Switzerland before. I don't even know, do they have tractor pulling in Switzerland? I can't say I've ever seen any from there. Well, again, We're at the Big Butler Fair. This is the last day for tractor pulling today. They pulled Wednesday, Thursday. I was here Wednesday. I posted a YouTube video late last night. You can go watch that. Mostly trucks on Wednesday. They had one tractor class, Hot Farm, Super Farm. I didn't make it out here yesterday. I know a lot of my followers support the antique world, and I do, so I couldn't miss today. And I'll stick around this evening at 6 o'clock. They will have the 3.6 semis, light, heavy, tough farm, 2 classes I think of that, and 4x4 super stock trucks. Just 4 classes. They have fireworks tonight. Of course, after the polling, I'm out of here because I gotta get down to West Virginia tomorrow morning. They said last night this place was packed. And I think they said there was 92 hooks. Heard something like 42 street diesel trucks. If you really enjoy my content, you can send me a super, that's for sure. That would be awesome. I've never been sent anything. I don't get paid for these. I'm just doing them for the promotion of the clubs, the events, and, you know, building my subscriber. That surely helps. I mean, I've built about 5,000 since the beginning of this polling season. We're at the Big Butler Fair in Prospect, Pennsylvania. I could hear the sound of that one ricocheting behind me. Sometimes those John Deeres will ricochet off like the back of the grandstand. They get really loud at the Wayne County Fairgrounds in Worcester, Ohio. Every pop those things do, I can swear they're louder coming off the wall than they are from the track. I just said we're at the Big Butler Fair, Prospect, Ohio. Maybe you're not have your sound on because I just said that after you typed that. I think I hear people screaming from our ride. Well, they waved them off for some reason. They got the red flag. Don't know what's going on. I could have sworn they had a green flag. So, in this afternoon's session, no, there are no trucks. After 6 o'clock tonight, they will have super stock 4x4 trucks and 3.6 semis. I will not have a live for that event. They have some other company doing a live, I guess. I'm not really sure too much about them. That's fine because usually at a fair, especially like this, I probably would never have a service strong enough for a live. But I will have a YouTube video made. I'm not sure when it will be out. Usually within a week. A lot of times it just depends on how many events I got. Sometimes I got a lot. Welcome, David. I'll try to give out some lives when I can. You know, a lot of it's service pending. You know, there's some leagues that don't like lives or fairs or events, but definitely we'll try. I mean, definitely usually have better luck at antique pools. Number one, usually a lot less people. I'm gonna go down to West Virginia at the State Farm Museum tomorrow. Last year, I had pretty good luck on getting on live, or not last year, last month. My lives did pretty good. Last year, I couldn't get on. I couldn't even send a message. So I'm hoping it's another good month, and we can give you a live there. They're gonna finish up their bracket poll from June when I went down there. They still have like 8-10 hooks or something like that left. It's delayed that day because we had a downpour. Yeah, the heat can be rough. I mean, I invested myself in a couple of years ago a canopy chair, and it really helps out with the heat and just the sun from shading the cameras and stuff like that. I think it's the best investment I've ever made. I think I attended a couple years ago, and I just got so sunburned, and I was just like, I gotta do something. I mean, most people do all the pop-up tents and stuff like that. This is like, that's just too much. Yeah, it's last week was definitely rough here. It was probably 95 almost every day. It, for some reason, it definitely got cooler a little bit this week. I think I see mostly 80s, the 85. I know tomorrow's going to be a rough one. It's supposed to be 95 down in West Virginia, but at least there I have a shade tree I can film under, so that helps out a lot. Another one of the tractors that's coming in for tonight coming in. I think there's already 2 trucks here. So I'll show you the chair I have. I'll flip the view here and see where I'm filming from. See, it's a pretty cool chair. Definitely gives me some shade, and I can see the camera better. Helps with sun glare. That was one of my biggest things was sun glare. It seemed like, you know, if you didn't have shade, it's like for a while there I would always try to use my hand and try to shade around my camera. And that works sometimes. They do have an option for like another 20 bucks. You can get a fan. I didn't go with it. I mean, I was just like, that's another thing I gotta charge. I mean, I got chargers and all. Maybe next time I might try it. But you know, it's also gonna make it heavier. I mean, I throw this thing on my back like a backpack when I'm all done. And it's not bad. Yeah, I was somewhere last year, and I was watching one of those bigger media people, and you know, they got these really expensive cameras, and I just looked at them, and I mean, they struggled with the sun worse than I did. And I'm like, I got better shots. And I mean, I might have like a $1,200 phone I'm using, but I don't have those expensive $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 cameras. I don't know if you can hear the announcer too well. I can barely hear him. Wednesday when I was here, I heard him pretty good. I don't know why today I'm not hearing as well. Maybe I'm further away from the speakers. I was sitting near the wall. I'm probably gonna sit towards the wall for this evening. I just prefer be further back for, you know, some of the bigger vehicles with turbos. I mean, I've had turbo parts hit me. It really ain't worth it. Yeah, I kind of figured you probably couldn't hear him too much. I can barely hear him. I mean, usually his voice carries pretty good. I just don't think there's... Or maybe the speaker I'm sitting in front of is not working. Because there is another speaker there. Maybe that's not working. Because I can't really hear anything coming from that direction. I mean, there is a speaker right there, but I don't even think I can hear that. I mean, I'm just like, I don't know, if I'm even 100 feet from it. Quite a few of these pullers. We're at the Big Butler Fair in Prospect, Pennsylvania, with Western Pennsylvania tractor and truck pullers. We're right now at 6,500 pier stock, I believe. Definitely starting to dwindle down on the size of tractors here on the side. The wall used to be completely full. Now we're almost stopping there. Two more down here, but Wednesday, I heard everything loud and clear. But I don't know, maybe 50 feet from where I was filming at Wednesday. Yep, we're at the Big Wheeler Fair, and tonight they're gonna have at 6 o'clock. They're gonna have another polling session. Same polling organization, Western Pennsylvania. They're gonna have 3.6 semis, super stock 4x4 trucks, and I think it's 2 classes. There's light and heavy. What do they call it? Like a modified farm class, I guess. I think they call it light and heavy tough farm, I think. I don't know, they keep on changing the names of these classes everywhere. Yeah, I'm not going to be on live for that, but I will have a video that I will make later on in the week. The semis will be tonight after 6. 3.6 turbo. And they're going to have fireworks after the polling. There is some company doing a live tonight. I think it's called Dirt TV or something like that. I'm not real familiar with them. I mean, I don't come out to Pennsylvania enough probably to know them. And they have some kind of contract that there's no other lives when they have them. But that's alright. I probably could never get on anyways at a fair like this. Last night, everybody I talked to said they had no service. Couldn't get any kind of messages or anything until they left. I want to say somebody told me they got out of here about 2 a.m. Yeah, I know that company has like a monthly subscription for their lives. That's about all I really know. Well, I won't have a live tonight. I'll just have like short videos posted of the event on Facebook. You know, I post it on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Clapper. I mean, I do different shorts and photos. I'll post on Facebook only. And I do travel quite a few different places. This is about 2 hours from home. I have been here several times throughout the years. I was here last year for this same event. People love the sled, so I've been coming a little more often. Tomorrow morning, I'm definitely going to leave here as soon as the pulling action is done. Try to get a little sleep and be down in West Virginia, which is 3 hours from my home. I'm going to try to get down there between 10 and 10:30. It's supposed to start about 11. They have a club pull and finish up the bracket pull from last month. Which we got some rain during that bracket pull, and had to postpone the rest of it. Yeah, this sled's pretty awesome. I posted some videos from earlier on how they put it on that pan, which is really cool. They like hydraulically lift the front of it and drive it right up on it. It's pretty cool. You definitely want to go check it out. It's on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Like a 1-minute video. But it's pretty cool. You just definitely want to go see it. I think last I looked, it was at like 4,000 views on Facebook. I'm sure it's more now. Last year, I took some photos of the sled, and geez, they had well over 1,000 views before I even left. 100,000. I'm sorry, 100,000 views. People just loved it. Every time I took any photos of the sled, people just loved watching it, loved looking at it. And I finally was at an event where they hadn't put it on the pan yet, because I was even interested, because they had all those bars on that pan. How they got it on there? Because I almost thought it was permanent, because there's no way you could drive it on and off. They would just fall right in those bars, but they lift it up above it and they drop it right down on there. But these sleds are a dying breed. I've heard there's like 3 in existence that's still doing any kind of pulling. One is used like once a year, and the other one I don't have any information on. But this, from what I was told, is the only like active kind of league kind of sled that's like this anymore. I grew up watching a sled similar to this, and it brings back a lot of memories for me. Well, happy 4th of July for you. Go to so many polls, they just tend to forget. It's a holiday. I didn't have to work as much this week. Yay! I can go enjoy more tractor pulls. Well, you should come out to the fair tonight. I think they're winding down. I'm not sure if today's the last day or if you got tomorrow. I always thought the 4th or the fireworks were kind of the end of their fair, but I could be wrong. Well, the one I seen when I was a kid was very similar to that, but they like drove it on the pan and dragged it back. I did see the announcer made a comment of my post the other day that you cannot build a sled like this anymore. That this one's like grandfathered before, you know, a lot of the safety regulations, and it couldn't be certified if you did try to build a sled like this now. And that's how this one can still be used. I would hate for them to take it away because, like I said, it brings back memories for me. I grew up watching sled just like this. You know, I've been going to tractor pulls for 40 years, and my dad would drag me to them. And yeah, pretty much sleds were like this for, well, I don't know, good 10 years that I went to them. First 10 years. I agree. I mean, they should keep it. I think they did a good thing. I mean, I definitely want to support them a few times more. So. know if it's so much unsafe, but it's just like, you know, building a home. You have to have the sled licensed, certain group, I guess. I don't know, especially if you're going to rent them out, and they have to have certain things. I mean, I'm no expert on it, but I do know they have to be certified and licensed. Now, I go to a lot of pulls, they got some really old sleds. But they're also really not renting them out. Yeah, I mean, most of the tracks in my area are pretty flat and level, but when I come into Pennsylvania, there's some definitely not so flat and level and hilly. I was at, oh gosh, what's the name of it? It's not that far from here. It's like some little steam show. I can't remember the name of it now. I'll probably be back there this year, but they like started with the sled like up into a little bit of a hill, and then it like comes down and then it goes back up. So it's like a U. I would think that would be incredibly difficult to pull on.
It's called Pottersville. I remember now. Um, Probably won't have a live there if I go back there this year. They do mostly dead weight, but like the first night, maybe just the night they do polling, they have a transfer sled. It's kind of a short track, but it's a slope on each direction. I want to say it's probably in another month, maybe at the end of this month. I have to look it up. Okay, I'm not sure what that was about. It's kind of interesting going to some of these different places. I mean, I don't even know how many different tracks I've been to throughout the years. A lot. I would definitely say more than 1,000. But, you know, meeting the different people, it's interesting. And how many people know me. I mean, there's sometimes I'll go to a place and about as soon as I step a foot out of the vehicle, somebody's like, "Oh, thank you for coming, Mr. Maxwell. We appreciate you." But I always try to get in a few different places every year. I definitely don't always stick to the same places. I mean, I try getting around the different places. I mean, it is a lot of promoting a lot of these small clubs. You know, a lot of them don't really promote a whole lot for themselves. So. I definitely see a lot of different tractors. I mean, next weekend I am going to be back in this area. Probably see a lot of these same tractors. Not all of them, but you know, there'll definitely be some. South Buffalo I'll be at Saturday morning. I mean, I could say, I don't know, but 6-8 of these tractors are definitely South Buffalo tractors. They're normally there.
I'll definitely see those guys there. Hookstown, I'm gonna try to make it there Saturday evening. I don't really know how many of these guys pull out there. I have not been to their club yet. I've made it some attempts, but usually either rain or something canceled and just something changed, and I just haven't been out there yet. There's so many clubs and there's just so little time because they're all on Saturday. I haven't made it out to Indiana to any of their clubs yet. It's just like most Saturdays I try to do 2 or 3 of clubs in a day. I mean, there's just so many out there. I try covering as much as I can. You just can't cover everything, you know? I mean, you try hitting some at another time. You know, sometimes things change because of the weather. It's kind of hard to predict them. And it's kind of hard to go, you know, 2-3 hours away and, you know, 50 to 70% chance of showers. I already don't make enough, not much, I mean, we'll say. And to go that far and have nothing, it's hard, difficult. I kind of always enjoyed brush pulls and stock because I'll tell you that afterwards. Its speed. I think this organization allowed one horn after 100 foot in most classes with a gear stop. And then the 10 mile an hour, I think they said after 100 foot, no horns. But there is no speed board here or anything, so they're definitely relying on the horns on knowing how fast they're going. But like I was saying, one of my fondest memories growing up, you know,
I'd go to the polls with my dad, and we'd sit there and watch everything pull in. And stock pulling, you can do that. You know, you can see everything that's on the trailer for the most part. You know, and then you know, as everybody started spending more money and they got bigger haulers, and every hauler become white, and it's like kind of took the fun out of it. I thought. I didn't really enjoy it as much. Like, you know, when you had 20 haulers come in and they're all white, like, I don't know who's who anymore.
Distance for Dave Schaefer, 112.37, 112.37. So the one exhibition hook here at the end of this class is going to be AJ Ziegler on 14.50. We'll have to run down here momentarily.
So we got an expedition. So now we're going to go into the 10 mile an hour 6500. I gotta imagine 7500 is gonna have less tractors, but when you come to Pennsylvania, things run a little differently. Some of these tractors will load up on some weight, that's for sure. I don't see that a lot in Ohio, but I've definitely seen some in Pennsylvania. I mean, just have a couple thousand pounds of weights on them. Be honest with you, there's not a lot of places you can find a lot of them. I do post a lot on Facebook, on my personal profile mostly. Anyways, about schedules and stuff like that. I mean, I do on my personal profile, Michael L. Maxwell on Facebook. I do post quite a few. Pullers love it. They appreciate it. I have so many of them that say thank you for stuff like that because nobody out there does it. You know, I do what I can. You know, if people want me to post stuff, I will. It is a lot more difficult when you're dealing with fairs and small clubs. A lot of them, they don't put a whole lot out there. I mean, they just stick to their small group, or, you know, a fair will just throw something in their fair book, and that's about it. So I do have a lot of them thank me. A lot of them will give me some tips, and I appreciate that because a lot of these shows, I don't make a whole lot. So it's awesome that they appreciate it. It's great. I mean, I do try to go out and a little bit above, give them more information. I mean, there's nobody out there that really films antiques like I do, so at least that I know of. I mean, they might do a little bit, not like a whole show. I mean, I think there should be more out there doing it. I mean, there's a lot of support in antiques and, you know, stock, brush pulling. Just not a whole lot of people do much with it, do anything with it. A lot of the places are just on their own and you never even hear about them. This is a pretty tractor that's going to be coming down. I've seen this one a couple times, especially here. I'm not sure about anywhere else, but it's definitely a pretty tractor. They'll let me do the live for the antiques. Like for this evening, they have another company that has the exclusive lives. I don't know. Most clubs, they love the exposure and it gets their name out there. Last weekend, after one of the lives, I told the guy that run that club, it was in Marshallville, Ohio. I told him, I think I said it was like 170,000 people that viewed that live. And I don't know, maybe like 1,700 people watched it. But the one I posted earlier was much higher than that. It was like 250
20 or 30, I can't remember now. And his reaction was like, that many people want to watch a little tractor pull in Marshallville, Ohio? Yeah, there's a lot of people that do like stock pulling. The sled, I mean, that's what they've used for this club. That's what they own. It's like the only one really optional throughout league, you know, polling for this league. I mean, they do kind of fix it up a bit every year. I mean, they do things. I think this year they got a paint job on it. I hope they never get rid of it. I love it. I mean, I fully enjoy still having some aspects of the history of pulling going on somewhere. I think that's very important for the sport. I mean, if I could find a place that still had some walk-on sleds, I'd go and film it. But that's pretty rare to find anything like that anymore. Now in a few weeks I'm gonna go to Dottie Valley again, and they have a steam show going on, and they have a what they call an old-fashioned tractor pull. It's basically a metal sled, and they back up a tractor as they're going down. It's almost like a dead weight pull. You know, they have rounds, you know, get eliminated and keep coming back. But it's something that they did years ago. Not a lot of places. But you know what? It's still being done, and I love the history of it. And I think other people need to see it. I wish this guy wasn't going in front of me every time. Kicking up a bunch of dust. It's kind of dry where I'm sitting.
So he was disqualified because he was after 100 foot and he got the horn. Now, different clubs, different places do it differently. There's some places that no matter where you are on the track, 3 horns and that's it. There's some places you're allowed a couple horns to like 75 or 100. It all depends on where you're at. And it seems like hardly anybody is on the same page with any of it. So it is what it is. And some places, you know, they have their speed boards and you don't need the bonus. When I got here, they had wet the track completely. This was all kind of like mud earlier, and now it's bone dry. Probably be after they get done pulling here, they're probably going to wet it for this evening. And they're probably going to work up the track and put more water in the track. There was a lot of water in the track this morning. I was kind of thinking they'd be done around 3. Not sure. I think we're going to go over that. Oh, another disqualification. These guys have a bit of lead foot. There is a water truck somewhere. It might be behind me. Or they have another area that's they park some equipment. But yeah, that little tank there, they're just doing a little misting. I would imagine they filled that thing up a few times. But there is a big water truck around. It drops a lot of water. It's a 10-mile-an-hour class. He went past 100 foot and, you know, was over 10 mile an hour and he got disqualified. The last 2 of them did that. There's not a ton of rules here. I mean, they don't really have, a lot of them don't have wheelie bars and stuff like that. I mean, you just basically staying under the, you know, the weight and speed, which I think a lot of places should be like that, but don't know if a pure stock should be running with some of the fast ones, but you know. But I do support that, you know, pure stocks are out there, so there's a lot of them out there, and a lot of them don't go to places because they don't have wheelie bars and some of the safety equipment. You know, they only bring it out once or twice a year and they don't really want to spend all that money on it, and a lot of them use them in the field still, or use them around the farm doing something, so. Not sure what's going on.
like they're looking at something again. See, that's what I'm talking about. Some of these tractors will really load up on the weight and get in some of these really heavy glasses. Some, yeah, definitely. Especially here. I mean, I think there should be some more events that do, you know, support some of these farm tractors, because now I don't think some of the really fast ones should be without wheelie bars, but you know, there's some, hell, they're not even going 3 miles an hour. Now, let's say a couple weeks ago I did see a garden tractor taking off on the line, and it flipped up, no wheelie bars. It flipped up on its end and the guy landed on his butt. We're at the Big Butler Fair in Prospect, Pennsylvania with Western Pennsylvania tractor and truck pullers. Looks like we got another one coming in for this evening. Not sure who that is. Must be a super stock truck. So for this, those that are close enough that could make it out here this evening.
Thanks for making the videos, man.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
We appreciate it. Good videos.
Thanks.
I'm the guy willing to do it.
Yeah. That's what I tell some people. It's like, nobody hardly ever does it anywhere.
Yeah, that's why I always need someone, dude.
Yeah.
What's going on?
And it's like, I tell some people, it's like, I love the Max Sled because it shows a portion of the history of Poland.
Yeah.
And I don't want them to get rid of it.
Yeah, that's right.
I was just telling people on the live, it's like, I think it's important.
Yeah. Yes, yeah, absolutely, it is. Yeah, my great uncle pulled on this sled.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
I grew up watching a sled just like this.
Yeah.
And that's my first 10 years of pulling. That's my memories. So, thanks.
I think everybody does, whether or not they show it or not.
Yeah, some don't, but you know, I go to some places and they do a lot. So
Yeah.
South Buffalo, they always are appreciative out there.
Yeah.
So.
I like going down there. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna go out there next week.
You are?
Yep, 12th. Yep, and I'm gonna try to go to Hookstown after that.
Yeah. Depending on what the haze and stuff looking like, might make it next week too.
Yeah.
You know, we might make it depending on what our haze situation is.
I know last week or the week before, a lot of people weren't out because of hay and planting.
That's why we were. It was so wet, and then people were trying to get
Yeah,
it all in.
and then you just had to do it when you could.
Yeah.
So a lot of places I went normally have like 150 hooks. They had like 60.
Wow. That's what we run into. We were going to go beginning of the year, and they all got rained out, and then when we could go, we got to make hay.
Yep.
We were all
I understand it. What's going on? Sled broken?
This is the second time it'd be broken today if it was broke again, huh? I gotta say, I love the chair too.
Yeah, it helps. Let me tell you, it helps.
Oh, I believe it. Oh yeah, just
I can go up here and film, and I have no sun.
Yeah.
And I can see that. I mean,
Yeah.
I was telling somebody on the live earlier. It's like I was watching somebody last year. You know, they have $5,000 cameras, something like that. My videos were better just because of this chair.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I could block out the sun.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
They can't.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it takes amazing videos. That's what we always look for. I always look on Facebook for a couple of, like, the little, like, 3 or 4 you put on, and then I look for the YouTube video.
Yeah, I've been more supporting on the YouTube, that's for sure.
Yeah, the YouTube video.
Facebook hasn't paid me anything since July.
Oh,
Last
really?
year. Well,
YouTube's better for views, right? Like you get paid more for views on YouTube, right? Or no?
No, I mean, I've made a lot more off Facebook throughout the years, but
Just not recently.
no. And they don't reply, they don't give me any answers.
Yeah.
I just get the runaround. It's
Right.
the AI runaround.
Yep. Yeah.
And that's all life is anymore.
Well, I was gonna say that's all it's gonna be too.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, it still says it's calculated and how much I've earned, but yeah, they haven't paid it.
Right. Jesus. Ridiculous. You staying for the later show too?
Yep, I can't do a live there, but
Yeah.
because they got that other, what is it, Dirt TV?
Roots or whatever.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Dirt TV. They still let you in the pit though, so you can get good pictures and stuff and good videos.
Yeah,
Good. That's good.
the club will let me.
Yeah. Heck yeah. Yeah.
And I was here Wednesday.
Yeah.
I don't think Chase was big on other media, but but the club wants me
Yeah,
here.
right.
So
Well, that's what matters because they can get you on the track.
yep.
Yeah. Yeah. I was happy to see the Ford win. I'm a Ford guy by heart, but we won Massey.
Oh, okay.
But I was happy to see the Ford win over the Red River Rain. Always Red River Rain. All right, well, all right, yeah, we better go. We'll go.
All right, nice talking to you. Thanks. Oh, sorry. We had a couple guys come up, say how much they appreciated me being here. And we just happen to have some problems with the sled. Somebody waving at me and I don't know who they are. I don't know what's going on. I must have some issues with the sled. I don't think there's a lot of things that can go wrong with the sled, but there was something that broke at an event I was at last year, and it took them a little while to fix it. It seemed like, because they use like growlers, I was looking at them before, they like go into the pan and coming out in the bottom of and definitely they don't put any weights throughout an event, but they keep on putting more of those in as they have heavier classes like semis. So those things, I have no idea what that was about. Sounded like multiple horns going off. Huh. Maybe the sled wasn't ready. Or whatever the problem is still happening, maybe. Yeah, those guys are like, nobody does what I do, and yeah, that's pretty much true a lot of places. I mean, there's people that have come out and film like the big leagues and stuff like that, and all the shows are only like, what, 2-3 hours at the most, a lot of them anymore. I was sitting next to somebody Wednesday and I'm like, well, this is like a vacation to me, a show that's only 3 hours. I mean, the last one I was at was like 11 hours. Yeah, I'm not sure. It seems to be in the back. Maybe it's the weight box not coming up or something. I think I'm gonna use this as an opportunity to go use the facilities, because it's probably gonna take a couple minutes. So I'll be back in a few minutes. I guess you can watch whatever they're doing. Oh. Alright, well, I don't know if they're getting back going or what. They brought up another tractor, but it looks like that other welding truck or whatever it is partially still on the track. I think they might be just testing it. Flaggers out, so I just on the weight box or something. Yeah, there's somebody still on the back of the sled. Must be still trying to fix something. Yeah, I think there's a problem with the box or something, or the chain. Looks like they might be working on a chain. And there's like 6 guys waiting for the sled to come back. Oh. Hopefully they fix it. They still got another show to do tonight with this sled. I will say this league and the track crew, just some of these guys, they do an amazing job. I go to so many places, and a lot of them anymore, heck, they can't start on time or even close to on time. And this place, I think this morning was like 10 minutes behind, but usually they're starting right on time. And I don't go to a whole lot of places that are like that. A lot of places anymore, it's like an hour or more. And it's not always having the, just being the track that's not ready. It's registration is a lot of it. It's like, I don't know why they can't get started while they're still signing up people. But to me, daylight's important, especially to a lot of these small clubs and tracks. They don't have the lighting. You got daylight, I wouldn't waste the time. I think it's more important to get the show going. Because I have been to some of these small clubs, they have so many hooks, and there's one that takes a lot of breaks, and it just makes the whole day longer. And then you're starting to pull into the dark. And that's not good. Looks like the flaggers are coming back out. So I think we're gonna be back pulling. Okay, so one expedition and then 7,500. That might be about it. I mean, we don't have a lot of tractors over here anymore. I'd say maybe like 10. Oh, hello, happy 4th of July to everybody. Sorry for the delay, appreciate you staying on. We had some sled issues.
All right, so one exhibition hook here to round out the 10-mile-an-hour class. This is going to be Colton Baker.
We're at the Big Butler Fair in
And we'll do it for
Prospect,
7,500
Pennsylvania.
this time.
I don't know. Same what? My guess is the sled wasn't coming back up again. The weight box. Seems like they throw double horns at them when they want them to stop right away. I know they do some polling in the Netherlands. I've never been there. I don't know what kind of polling they do. In the United States, we have all kinds of stuff. I mean, garden tractors, antiques, farm stock, right on up to big semis and modified. I know they have modifieds out in the Netherlands. A sled like this. There's not a whole lot of them in existence anymore. And probably, unfortunately, when they break, it's probably extremely difficult to find the parts for. Appreciate everybody staying on. Make sure you like and subscribe my page on Facebook, YouTube here, TikTok if you have it, Clapper if you have that. Not a whole lot of people do.
but I do post on all those. A lot of them I just do shorts. Facebook, I'll do photos and shorts. YouTube, I do like a full class or full video, usually about a week after the event. And of course I have these lives. Well, they have growlers they put underneath the pan, and they will dig into the track. Especially when they get to the heavier stuff like tonight, they're gonna have some semis. Yeah, and those growlers will dig. And I think they put them all in there for some of those semi classes. Here's another one coming in for tonight. Looks like a super stock truck. Yeah, that one's called Back in Black. It was here Wednesday. That's like, that'll be one of the classes tonight. And I don't know where these ones all been coming in because I haven't seen them, but I see some look like altered farm kind of tractors. It's not gonna be a big show tonight. 4 classes, and I think some of them don't have a lot. I think they had 8 in that super stock class last Wednesday night. Last night, I heard it went to like 2 a.m. They had 42 diesel trucks. Which is a lot. And I will say, last time I went to one, I think they had like 30, or last time here, it was several years ago, and they had like 35, I think, and I think I fell asleep, if I remember. So that does happen sometimes. It's not as bad as last week.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, it's not that bad. What's wrong? The chain?
Something to do with one of the transmissions or something.
Oh.
Eddie had a part, and I don't know enough about it to
Yeah.
know what they're doing
Yeah.
at the moment.
I was just thinking it's probably hard to get some parts for this thing.
Yeah. Well, right now they're going to be up against a time restraint because we have
Yep.
to be done by 4.
Oh, is it 4?
Yep.
I was thinking maybe even 3.
They were shooting for 3:30, and
Yeah, you gotta work up the track and
Yep.
do all that. So
yeah, they were given a cushion of 30 minutes. Like, they wanted to be done at 3:30. If we had a class started, then we could try to get it finished. But I don't think we'll go back to running. That's just my opinion.
yeah, we'll see. Thanks.
Well, they think they can fix it, but I mean, like,
Yeah,
they'll get it fixed for the
for the
evening
evening.
show. I think we'll be done running the track.
Well, they just had what, 2 classes left?
Yeah, they had 24 tractors left to run.
Oh, okay.
But that's as much as I know right now.
Yeah. All right. Thanks.
What's the verdict down there at the end of the track? I don't know how much you know.
They're
So I guess they're working on it. If you heard what he said,
Yeah, and I think that's what we're going to be up
They-
against. There's not gonna
they
be
do
that
have a
much
time
time.
restraint that they gotta be
Especially
done.
the 8,
So
if you guys can get to 7.
Yeah, so what I think they're going to do is see if anybody wants to stick around to make a couple test hooks on it, and they're going to take it apart and fix it
Before they, because they want to have it fixed with the big 4 behind.
they're gonna that's probably what they're gonna do is see if anybody wants to stay to test hook it, and then they're gonna take it apart and make sure that it works.
Right. Yep. All right. Yep. Cool. Wanted your take on it. Yep.
So it might be over with. They sound like they may have to take it apart and do a little more investigating. I guess it's something with their transmission. And they do have another session of polling at 6, and yeah, that's their money poll. So it's the poll that'll attract the people in. And they have to work the track up for that. So more than likely, they're just gonna, they have 2 classes left. They'll probably just cancel them. But we'll stick around a little bit just to see what's going on. Anybody has any questions, feel free to ask, because I don't have much going on right now. I got almost 3 hours to the next session. Hopefully I can read them. Some of them have been a little difficult to read. Unfortunately, when you got old equipment like this old Mack sled, things break. And probably getting them fixed and getting the parts are probably a little more difficult. Looks like another truck coming in. Maybe they got something. Look at one of those tractors with all those wheel weights on it. You come out here and some of these tractors, they'll load up on the weights. You need a lot of weight on that thing. Guess they don't have a horse show over there today. They did have one Wednesday. They have some really nice hitch shows here. Usually there seems like there's always one going on here. But it must not be today. I think they do them a few days during the fair. I think it's pretty decent out. It's kind of enjoyable. There does feel like there's a little bit of a breeze. I mean, I'm not sweating. And I'm wearing full regular pants. We're at the Big Butler Fair in Prospect, Pennsylvania. We're at Western Pennsylvania Tractor and Truck Pullers. Unfortunately, we got some sled issues. Not sure if we're going to get back going. I'm gonna stay on for a little bit more. And they haven't officially called this afternoon session yet. There's 2 classes left, but I did talk to one of the officials a little bit ago, and they made it sound like they have to be done polling by, what was it, 4 or 4:30 for the other session this evening, so they can work the track and get it ready for that. And they said they may have to take apart the transmission, I think, and work on it, because this is the sled they have pulling for this evening session. So I have a hard time reading that. Maybe I'm not sure what they're saying. But if you haven't already liked and subscribed to the channel here, make sure you do that. By doing so, it will usually tell you when I'm going live. I see another super stock truck coming in. You can watch that. And when I make a YouTube video for some of the shows that I don't have lives and things like that, you can watch them. I mean, it'll give you some notifications. So it is important that you do subscribe if you like it, if you enjoy it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, repairs take a little longer on the sled than anticipated, so we are going to have to cancel the last 2 classes of the day.
Okay, that was official.
Due to the fact that we have to have another show here tonight, so we had a 4 o'clock deadline, and with the number of tractors left to go, we are going to make a decision to cancel the last 2 classes, so we can make the repairs necessary for tonight's show.
Hey, I would love to be at a tractor pull every day of the week, I think, but can't. So that's official. They canceled the last 2 classes. Bummer, but I get it. I think they gotta take apart the sled, or take apart the transmission or something, and try to make some repairs. Appreciate everybody that's been watching today. I will be filming for this evening session at 6, but I will not be doing a live. They got some kind of contract with another service or company or something. Not real sure. Not sure too much about them. I don't come out to Pennsylvania really enough to know all that. But thank you everybody for watching. I'm going to end this, and I'm going to go do some walking, I think. See what's out there. Thank you. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. It'll give you the notifications of the next live, which should be tomorrow morning. Be down in the West Virginia State Farm Museum Antique Club. Thanks, bye.